Hi, let me share with you my successful authentication of a Spring Boot application using Keycloak. I use this tutorial here, but you cannot walk through it how it is because Keycloak changed with the new versions and there are some other caveats. So I just want to show you how it works. It took me so many hours. Okay, let me show you. I prepared one Keycloak setup shell script. Let's go through it and check what it's doing. It installs all needed stuff: Git, default, Java, runtime environment, Maven, and JQ. Creates our directories and gets down the server and the client into the directories. Extracts the server. Installs a systemd unit file so that the Keycloak service, the server can be managed via systemd. Then we enable the service and start it. Here is the application properties file for the Spring Boot service. It comes down this way in the repo here above. What is downloaded here, cloned here. But later, after we have created our realm in the UI, we have to replace this client credential here, the secret. And below here are just for me reminders, examples how to get a token and authorize. We will see it in a minute or in 5. Okay, let's run that script. It just takes less than a minute. That's the server. So it takes too short to stop the video. That's it. After we find the created directories here. And the next step, let's check the service first. It's the Keycloak service. It's running. And now we can create our realm. As I connected to the box here using port forwarding, I can show the command here with SSH. I forwarded the port 8080 from this Linux box that I'm connecting to the local port 8080. So now, because of this port forwarding, I can access the UI locally here now using my browser. The first time you start the UI, you have to create an admin user. I call it kcadmin, kcadmin. User is created. Now we can log in using these credentials. It's stored here because I made some 100 tests before, and always I use the same username password. Here we go. The first thing, so Keycloak comes up with just the master realm. We create another realm. The names must be the same as used in this tutorial because they are hard-coded in the Java code. Otherwise, the authentication will not work. I can scroll here parallel through it. So create the realm. It must be named demo realm. Demo realm enabled on, create. That's it, created successfully. The next steps, create the client. The client is the Spring Boot application which wants to authenticate using Keycloak. Must be named Spring Boot microservice. So clients, create a client. It's in here, that's fine. We need to enable client authentication and authorization. and the default settings. Now we have the client created. The access settings are important. They look differently here as well as in the tutorial. For example, in the tutorial you find the access type confidential. It's not available anymore. So the root URL is this one. Valid redirect URLs are every URL behind that, and the admin URL needs they need to be filled out. Here are again the settings from before, and that's pretty much it. We have created the client, our microservice Spring Boot client. Sorry for switching. Next step, the client secret. I will show you in a minute. We will need it for getting a token. So now we need the client roles, user and admin. These names are hard-coded in the Java code. So if you set it up and you want to test it, use the same names. Otherwise, you will run into trouble. We need two client roles now, user and admin. So client roles, create a role, user to authenticate users, save. So we put nothing, no user in that role. It's just important that this role exists. It's a user role and the admin role to authenticate admins. That's it. These are the two admin roles. Now we create realm roles. They must be named app user and app admin. Realm roles, create app user, and description doesn't matter now. And this is important, the action here, add associated roles, and we add now the client role to the realm role. They are very different here, difficult to find. We need, I'm in the user role, and we need the Spring Boot microservice user role. So you see the admin is just above, and whoops. And we need this one. App user associated Spring Boot microservice user. That's it. Save. And do the same for the admin user. Realm role. Admin user. That's correct. Double check. No, sorry, app admin. So here we go, app admin. Save and add the associated client role. Now we have app user above and we cannot find the, so that's, but here we go. Add. Should be good now. Save. Check the overview. As soon as you add associated roles to the realm role, you get this composite here to true, set to true automatically. In the manual, in the tutorial, you have to do it differently, looks differently, and there are other options. So this is why this video makes sense actually. We have now the realm role. We set up the clients, the client, our microservice. We set up roles of the client, user and admin. We created our realm roles and associated the client roles with the realm roles. This is what happened actually up to here. Users, we need users now. And from the tutorial, it's employee 1. Email verified on. I think this doesn't matter, but I check it on because the tutorial uses it as well. Enabled on. All right, create that user. And now you have to, in the role mapping, you have to associate the real role with the user. So this one gets the user role, sign role. We want the app user role. Wow, it's just above. This is the real role I associate to the user. That's it. And it needs a credential to get a token. You will see it in 2 minutes. What's for? I pass. So set any password to the employee and I take the temporary off. So we created this user. In the tutorial there are now 2 other users, employee 2 and 3. The one to be user, then the admin, and the third to be user and admin. I just save it now for the for time matters. We have the user associated, created. And now I think that was it. Double check, created the user. Okay, now we can role mappings. Yeah, now we should be able to get a token. I had therefore this examples in my file. So here's an example how to get the token. This curl, using this token URL, you find this one in the realm settings, OpenID endpoint configuration. Here you find this token endpoint, and this is what you need to be able to get a token from the Keycloak server. And this is what I use right here. Ground type password, the client ID is important. And here we need the secret as well. So this is from the example, this won't work. So why we have to replace it. And the secret we find in the UI. Below the client, Spring Boot microservice, credentials. So here's the secret. And we need this one. You can copy it here. We need this one to get a token. Username and password I just set. Here you need it. And the JQ is just to get it more clear. This is a token. Without the JQ, it just looks like this. So you may have some trouble to find the token. This is why I use the JQ and installed it with my script. Okay, we have the token. It's this one here. And now we want to authenticate using our Spring Boot application using Keycloak. So we just use the token right now with the second curl command. This one, it's a bearer token. Now I deleted the token in my storage. Here it's again. And close it. So this is a command now. This is the coded URL in the Java app. And we access it now using this bearer token. Okay, this can't work because we forgot the client. We need to set the application properties. So, and the client is not running actually. It takes 2 more minutes. So here's the application properties file. And as mentioned before, we have to replace the secret here. It's the same. And, oh, I forgot the sudo. Now we have to build the Spring Boot application. And we need to start it. Sudo java jar. This one here. And putting it in the background to get the shell back. We have it all running. We have to get a new token, but we need to replace the client secret once again, because it's valid just for 5 minutes per default, and as I was out a couple of minutes, it will be unvalid now. So let's look up the secret once again. The clients, and the clients, the credentials. Here you have the secret. Take a look. Copy it here. Paste it in. This way we should get now our token. And now we use that token to authenticate. It's another curl one by using this token. And now we should get a message from the application, which will prove that it works. It's this one here. Hello user. That's it. Thanks for watching. Bye.